Hello, everyone. I'm News Channel 5's political analyst, Pat Nolan. Welcome to Inside Politics. Our guest today is Democratic State Representative and House Minority Leader Craig Fitzhugh. Leader Fitzhugh, thank you so much for coming back on the show again.
Thank you very much, Pat. Glad to be here.
You've written an op-ed column that I've seen here in Nashville and probably other places across the state. And it was under the headline of Tennessee Republicans Lack Common Sense. I mean, why do you think that? Really?
Well, I think the gist of the article was common sense. The headline was not mine. It was provided by the newspaper, so I didn't. When I saw that, that wasn't the thrust of it, but the message inside.
But anything that the Republicans might lack in common sense, they've done awfully well in winning elections.
Oh, no
and that's
question
really
about
a problem,
that.
isn't it?
That's right.
I mean, so they have super majorities in both houses. They even picked up a seat since the legislature last left because a Democratic member resigned and has been replaced by a Republican.
At least temporarily, that's right.
What's your strategy for even keeping the Democrats relevant this term? I mean, you don't even have to show up to be a part of a quorum. The Republicans can do it all by themselves.
You're right, Pat. I think our strategy is issues. We try to focus on three things: jobs, education, and people. And sometimes we think the majority gets skewed with other issues that are important but shouldn't be priorities. So that's what we're trying to do.
Now, the Republicans believe they can gain even a few more members coming up in the November 2014 elections. Are they wrong about that? What is your strategy to at least stabilize that, if not turn some things around in November so the Democrats start gaining back some seats?
Well, I think it's the same strategy. It's issues. We've had a lot of results, a lot of people, a lot of resurgence, it seems, when we start talking about these particular issues. So we hope that we can field candidates. As a matter of fact, we've had interest, and we think we're going to have some competitive races. And, we won't be able to do this immediately, but we'll claw our way back.
Do you have some polling numbers that indicates there's some mobilization about this? Because right now, if you look across the state, at least through the media and other things, it appears what the Republicans have, what they've been doing, is not getting that kind of pushback you're talking about.
Well, I think we go back to issues again. Some of the issues that we're pushing that we think are important, like the Medicaid expansion, like the jobs, like some of the initiatives on education, we think they resonate, and we want to translate those into candidates.
You talk about this on the legislative level, which is lots of districts, whether you're talking about Senate or House. But on a statewide level, it's particularly barren for the Democrats. I mean, we're 10 months out, and you have no serious candidate to run for governor. Well, you have a candidate perhaps for the U.S. Senate against Lamar Alexander, but even that's getting some controversy. What's the problem? Why can't you find a decent statewide candidate to run for governor?
Well, to be honest about it, our governor is popular, and he has a very deep pocket. So we have a tough road to hoe,
so
but
why
we're not
this
giving up on
pushback you were talking about that you're hearing from people in the grassroots on these issues you're talking about? Why is it not playing at all in the governor's race? Why is this governor so popular? Is he Teflon?
Well, so far, some of the issues have seemed to just not resonate as much as we think they ought to, but we're going to keep pressing on them. One in particular is that we think he's trying to do, but we want to encourage him to do it now, is the Medicaid expansion.
You've put out a statement about that basically sort of says to the governor, hey, we know you've been working about this Tennessee plan to send to the White House. We want to know what that plan is and what the costs are going to be. Do you have some fear or some concern that what the governor's been telling us about putting a plan together, he's somehow being disingenuous about that?
Well, I think a formal plan has not come forward. I think the federal government wants to see that formal plan, and I think they would be very receptive to a Tennessee plan. So
you think he's been trying to avoid the issue by not putting a specific plan together and sending it up to the Medicaid official?
Well, I don't know what the delay is, but I do know that he's indicated that he wants the legislature to weigh in, and we're in session now. We're started, so the time frame is really short, and the longer we don't accept this Medicaid money, this money is going. It's Tennesseans' taxpayers' dollars that's going away.
But regardless of what the governor might send up there in terms of dollars, there's been no indication that the Republicans have any interest at all in approving any kind of expansion program for this, or for that matter, doing anything with the Affordable Health Care Act. There's a bill up there right now that would almost make it illegal to go online and sign up for
there's no question about that. But although this is a part of the Affordable Health Care Act, this is very much different because this allows federal money that Tennesseans have paid for to come back to this state and provide even up to 300,000 people with health care, which they've not had before. And we're already seeing the results of this, Pat, in hospitals, east, west, and middle. People are being laid off. My fear in my rural areas that my hospitals may close, and if they close, they'll never open. And I think we're not crying wolf here. This is real, and that's what we're trying to do, is get that message out to the public that we're getting very close to that date.
If hospitals close, people die.
Well, I think statistically, it goes, it follows.
Let's move to the other statewide race that's coming up in November. You do have a potential, what appears to be unity candidate for the Democrats, and Terry Adams, a Knoxville attorney. But even him coming in has created some controversy because so much of this party leadership is behind him, including Roy Herron, the state party chairman, that you're getting pushback from some of the lesser-known candidates, including Larry Krim, saying, well, that's not fair. Isn't he right? I mean, shouldn't party leaders like that, particularly the party chairman, stay neutral in primaries?
Well, of course, I can't speak for the chairman. I understand that there may even be another candidate in the race as of today or yesterday. So
another Knoxville attorney.
Another Knoxville attorney. So that's a primary situation, and on the House side, we generally stay out of those, and but we'll see how that goes. But it shows that there's some interest.
Are you supporting anybody in the primary at this point?
Not yet. No.
Is it fair to say that Democrats think they're going to be running in November against Lamar Alexander, or do you believe that what Joe Carr is doing has a chance to defeat Alexander?
Well, I don't have a clue. That's not my priority. My priority is in the House in my district. But I will say that my colleague, State Representative Joe Carr, he's raising some money, and he's getting his message out.
The House Minority Leader, Craig Fitzhugh, is our guest here on Inside Politics. We'll continue our conversation with him after this break.